Greetings YouTube, it's Bat from the Green Arcade. I'm back. We're back in Farming Simulator. Shocker, I know. But yeah, we just got done selling a ton of stuff. So we made, I don't even know how much we made. We've got 6.2 million in the bank. But we sold silage bales, we sold all of our dried soybeans, we sold all of our dried corn. So yeah, we're sitting nice. We paid off our loan. Bought this tractor. This was actually on sale. Is there anything on sale right now? Yeah, there's some stuff, but we don't need that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna buy some nice toys. I need to move some stuff though. We got stuff in the way over here. Potato planer. Oh boy, the brakes are not great on this tractor. An older tractor, so. We're gonna buy things. It's down kind of out of the way here. Alright, and these arms, you know what? It's a good thing I ate my Wheaties this morning. Carry these down here. Apparently I went to Hogwarts too, because I'm lifting it like magic. Alright, we will move this pallet. Let me go into first person here so it's a little easier. We will move this pallet kind of out of the way, out of the spawn zone. You're in the spawn zone with Bill O'Reilly. Was that Bill O'Reilly? It was Bill O'Reilly. It was a spin zone with him though. Bring this down here. See what I mean by the lights? You can put the extra lights on this one. So it's got rear lights and it's got bright front lights. So. And a beacon. Woohoo! Alright. Probably gonna buy another one of those. Nice little toy. It's actually an essential tool. It's not a toy. It's an essential tool. It's our refueling. It's what we're using to refuel stuff with. Alright, let's move this truck. I think that planter will be okay. Park this over here. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? What is this building? What is this? Park behind the popo. Like a workshop or something? Do we own it? Is it ours? I would say it's ours. We can raise and lower the doors. Might be a nice place to park some stuff. Oh, look at this. So, this would not be very accommodating for people of the pizza diet nature. very, very narrow staircase. This might be the narrowest staircase I have ever been on in my life. And then you have this little tiny gap to get up through. This is pretty cool, though. Did you throw like a futon up here and a big screen TV? You'd have a pretty sick man cave up here. Look at this. America. Pioneer seed. This is pretty cool. See a pressure washer, but I don't think we can use it. Oh well. Be a nice place to park some stuff. Maybe park the trucks in here. If they'd fit. They'd probably fit in here, maybe. Alright. Enough goofing around. We got stuff to do. We got barley to harvest. Alright, so we got the yard clear there. And we got the yard clear back here. Alright, let's buy some toys. Let's see, what do we want to buy? Combines, I think, would be probably priority number 1. We already own the New Holland. We own one of these. I would say the matching AF11 to go with the CR11. That would probably be a good investment. So let's put Michelin. We're gonna keep the duals. I think that's exactly what we got on the other one. And then we want the long pipe. And no plate. Michelin, duals, long pipe. Looks good to me. So that's 742 for that. I may just spend all 6 million. I mean, it's a very, very strong possibility here. Okay, there's our first one. You say, wait a minute, what did he say? Did he say first one? I did. So you would think I would go after like the X9. The problem with the X9, especially like the in-game X9, is the pipe. So you could turn around the design on this. You can make it US for the in-game one. You can do the design different here, but I don't think that pipe is long enough. I think it's got to be long enough to fit. I really don't think it's long enough. If we want to put the big 19.2 meter MacDon header on there, which we do, the 60-foot header, 62-foot header, I think we need a longer pipe. So this one doesn't work. Plus, the capacity on this one is less than that of the CR11 and the AF11. So we're not going to go with that one. We've got another one. This one is in the mod hub. I think it's available for everybody. We're going to go with that one right there. So we just got to figure out what all customization we need to do to it. Say we go ahead and put the horsepower in it. So we'll do 543. We'll do Michelin wheels on there. Might as well stick with the duals. Let's see what kind of options we have. Those actually don't look bad there. Or wait, we can change the back. That's what that does. That changes the back. So we want to change those wheels. Can make the duals wider. Don't think we want to do that though. Make them extra wide. And and then go back to that. All right, so we'll change that to that. So the axle length, we will go ahead and change that. How wide can we go? Okay, let's do that. Spreaders. So that's the tailboard. I think we're gonna probably want to go with that. Exhaust. Does that put it up top? So you have straight out the back or up top? I'm gonna do up top. Oh, you can change the year model too. So you have 2017, 2021, 2022. So that changes your light array there. I think we'll go with that. Numbers, yeah, I don't really need numbers. We're not going to buy, a whole ton of, fleet of these. Oversized signs, we don't need those. Patriot plot. Oh, that's where you can put the American flag on it. Or the Canadian flag. Or the... I don't know whose flag that is. Or the Australian flag. I think we'll just keep the deer. Windows. Standard. 25%. 50%. 75%. I think we'll just stick with the standard there. Attachers. Let's do that one. That's the only option you got really right there. Grain tank. Here we go. So here's where we want to make the difference. So that right there. That gives us 24,687. 67. 24,667. And then the pipe. Definitely want to put the longer pipe on this. That's a very short pipe. This one has a super long pipe. You can put on there. So there's the big one, I do believe. Yep. And then we'll take the plate off. No plate. Alright, so there's our next combine. Kind of looking at the wheels. Maybe I should make those wider. They look a little skinny. Those are really thick. Those are not as thick. Not as, let's go with those. That'll work. Alright, so it's about the same price. Maybe a little more. $775,000 for that one. So, yeah, Gagefield.com is where you can get this map at. Gage, Kentucky. Alright, I think we got another one. Alright. So now we need to buy some headers. I think we know where we're going with these. So we want the 19.2. I believe that comes out to like 60, 62 feet. We want the transport wheels on it. I think I'm just going to leave it as the MacDon branding. We'll make it US. We'll put the extra working lights on there. And then this is where I always get confused. So I think we want to make that. Yeah, that's that. So I want to make that green. All right, that looks good to me. That'll be our deer header. I bet it spawns these things like long ways and not the other way around. All right, so now I need to change that to silver. Is it silver? I think it's silver for the Case IH stuff. And then change that to red. Yeah, that looks pretty close to me. Is it silver or is it white? I think it's silver. If I make it white, you won't be able to see any of the text there. Yeah, that makes it look more Massey Ferguson-ish. Maybe like a, let's do like a, maybe a lighter gray like that. Gagefield, Kentucky is the map. You can find it at gagefield.com. Maybe black. Ooh, yeah, black does look good. You know what? I'm going to go with black. Thanks for that recommendation. Mr. Tomahawk. There's a spot just between that. Asks, still looking for the vanilla non-RCS version. Click here and that's the vanilla version. You can find both versions at gagefield.com. Yeah. So there's two versions of this map. Let me go ahead and buy this real quick. Oh no, there's no room. Are you kidding me? Alright, remember what the colors we made this. Huh. I gotta move something out of the way. I bet it spawned it sideways. It didn't even spawn it up here. It spawned it out back and there's no room left. Let me get the deer combine. The only problem with those headers is it spawns them sideways. Out here in the grass. Alright, now I might have enough room to spawn that thing in there. 19.2 transport. US, work lights, Case IH, and black. I do like that. That kind of goes along with it too. Kind of the theming there. So, alright, so let's buy that one. Did it spawn it up here? Yes, it did. It spawned it right beside me. Okay. Cool beans. We're not broke yet. We still have $4.3 million. Alright, got 2 combines ready to go. Let me actually move this out of the way so we can find more Boy, I got some birds out back that sound very upset. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so tractors. Let's go look at tractors. I think we want the big case to pull the grain cart. US version. Yep, 853. Crawler track. Just make it wider. We'll do standard with that. Steiger Special Edition, that makes it the Steiger green. I think I want to keep the red. Front weight. Yeah, why not? 3-point. Does it have an option? Oh, that takes away the weight. I think that's really for more of the application of like a pin hitch thing. Which, you know, I don't see us ever pulling a 3-point thing, and we don't need this for the grain cart. This is really specifically going to be for the grain cart. The only thing we might pull with it is like a cultivator or something, so I don't know. We'll address that when we get to it. I think I want to change that to just that, just the additional weight in the back. Did you get the code for the black 715? No, I didn't. I did not. And then we'll take the plates off. I think that looks pretty good. We've already got the grain cart for that, so now we need another tractor. I would go with the 9RX, but there is another. The big one. Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children. So that's 913. You can do additional weights. Ooh, you can make it wider. Track's wider. I would say probably the standard with additional weights. Just because we're going to be pulling up next to a combine with this. So, yeah. Front weight. Yes. Additional weight. I think that's kind of going to be kind of the same thing as the... Go ahead and do that. Power take, obvious. We do want the PTO on there. And no plate. Yeah, we probably won't use these unless we're putting it on a cultivator, like one of the big cultivators. We'll probably just use these for running the grain carts, getting those loads. All right, and then we took the plate off, right? So that's $774. Everything costs like $1 million. It's so expensive. All right, let's go get an expensive grain cart now. That one right there. And I think we'll go with the John Deere green. We've already got the red one. Guess we could get a blue one at some point too. Get a. Hopefully Hispano will fix his T9 tracked version. I think I want to keep the plate on this one. I think I kept the plate on the other one because going down the road with this, yeah. All right, are we ready to harvest? Fuzzy's still here. Took me a minute. I did get some snacks. I got another Dr. Pepper too. I got some popcorn. I got some honey barbecue sun chips. I got some. I got white cheddar popcorn and I got kettle corn. No, he's had to go and wash his hair. Well, I'm gonna go get these guys started. I will say, Fuzzy, if that field is a problem, we do have the other barley field. So this is the barley field that I'm going to. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We do have this nice rectangular-ish one over here. If you want to go harvest that one with the deer, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna roll this case over to that one though. Why isn't Twitch on Roku anymore? Is it not? Kind of makes me wonder if it's still on my Apple TV. Yeah, it's still on my Apple TV. Huh. I wonder why. It was removed in 2017. Oh, I didn't know that either. That's been a minute. It was removed from Roku in 2017. I thought that was. It sounded like it was, the way you said it is like a recent thing. Which on Apple TV is rated 2.4 out of 5 stars. Why that? What? I don't understand that. I mean, it works on mine. I've never had any issues with Twitch. Especially not on Apple TV. Usually what I flip over to watch Puma plow with over on the TV. Some kind of failed agreement. Yeah, usually it boils down to money. Everything boils down to money nowadays. Which grain cart do you want to use with the case? You can grab the red one at the farm there. I got the green one for the green one. Guess we need to bring some trucks over this way too. And for the time being, we'll just haul this barley up to the northwest silo up there. I wonder if I can come across. Nope. There's a ditch there. Not for long, but it's there right now. So I'm gonna start this maybe right there. Just this header reel. I had problems getting this field to load when I did a hoeing contract on it. Hopefully it'll be better with this harvester. Maybe. Still loading. It hasn't said no data available. It just took a minute to load last time. I will say, before we replant this field in anything, I'm going to go in and fix it. Come on, baby, load. Thinking about it. Is there a way to fix my withered oilseed radish? I don't think so, unless you're on PC and you want to restore from a backup save. I would say probably not. This is not working. Move around a little bit. Sometimes just moving around a little bit helps. Fuzzy, I may have to cut this manually. Not wanting to load. I didn't actually know that oilseed would wither. I guess technically it is a crop, so maybe. Normally with oilseed, you just cultivate that under to get the soil ready to get the what is like it's an extra stage of fert, right? I know they've had some issues with it. There we go. It loaded. It loaded with one. You know what? I'm gonna keep it because I don't know if it'll load again. So let's do that. Probably gonna take a second to get going here too. Come on, Case AH, I believe in you. I believe in you. Clap your hands if you believe. You can do it. You can harvest all night long. He says, sorry, just applied the shampoo. I hit the hire button. It's probably going to take a second. I'm going to sit here with him until he goes. What time is it now? If he doesn't go within the next couple of minutes, I may have to do it manually. And when I say manually, I'll still use, hopefully, the steering assist, but if not, I'll just use the EVS, what is it called? Enhanced Vehicle Mod? Enhanced, isn't there an S in there? Yeah, it adds a first stage. It's supposed to, anyway. Yeah, you can't harvest the oilseed radish. No. No, oilseed radish is there just to plant and then cultivate it to apply a stage of fertilization to your field. The way to do, what do they call that? What's it called? It's called something specific. It's on the tip of my tongue. Cover crop? Is it a cover crop? I think that's what they call it, cover crop. Yeah, I would say it's not worth it. Alright, he's not moving. Wait. I was just about to hit the fire button. He's moving now. Gosh, that took him a couple of minutes to really think about it. Please, straw be on. God, it's not. Well, you know what? I'm not even worried that the straw's not on. I'm not going to collect straw from this field because it is too not straight. So I'm not worried about not having any straw. We'll do straw on the other field. All right, let me go get the deer here. Ooh, look at this tractor. Ooh. All right. Cool beans. You know, I've never understood this. You have these big, monstrous tractors, right? You can't even see me over the hood. Yet they put the smallest horn on them still. You would think something like this would be worthy of just, you know, just a little air horn on the front or on the corner, you know. Not something that sounds like a Volkswagen Beetle. I've never understood that. You can put a train horn on a drill now. Surely you can put it on a giant John Deere. Try to knock out some of the extra stuff over there that I'm sure he's going to miss, but I'm just going to try to go ahead and do a little bit of it. Yes, I agree. I also agree with you there too, Mr. Tomahawk, that it will be Farming Simulator 28. I'm pretty sure we won't see a Farming Simulator 27 because there's, well, they've already announced that there will be another expansion pack coming out this year with the Season 2 DLC pass. And then that would mean if they keep with what they've been doing, it would be Farming Simulator 28. So I've got a list of things I need to make. I guess I need to make a video with a list of things. I need to write all the stuff that I want down. So hopefully, you know, I'm sure that game might be in development right now, but it would be nice if they would consider working on some things. One that I can think of off the top of my head is fixing the loan payback and takeout system. Let us select the amount of money we want to pay back or take out and not have to sit there and repeatedly hit a button on the controller. Which would be nice. And also fix the tanks. I'd like when I harvest a crop or load up a crop to go sell it, or you know, I want to be able to see the grain in my tanks. I want it to show up. That's just a fix. That I need to fix that for this game. That doesn't need to be a thing for the next game. Because it used to work in this one. Howdy. Mining is fun in Farming Simulator, yeah. I know there's some maps that have mining on them. We had some mining back in 22 when we played the Yukon map. That was a very fun time. I think that's by Honor Realism, if I remember right. I think they're working on a 16x version of that Yukon map. I don't have any plans to play that. I don't think I would torture Fuzzy and Old Man in that cruel way. So. That was a cool map, though. You could do coal mining on there. You could do gold mining. I'm trying to remember what all it had. Man, it had a lot. And then they've added the pipeline, the oil, so you can do oil. Of course, I mean I guess they do that. They have the pipelines coming out of Canada like that. So, isn't the Yukon up there, north of Canada, somewhere in some ways? No, grass is a different story. Grass is not the same as oilseed radish. Grass you can mow, you can, if you want to ted it, you can turn it into hay. Now there's different types of grass. So grass like this, just kind of on the side of the road here, for example, or actually that field back there. If it's a field that has not been created and it's got grass in it, I refer to that as meadow grass. You can mow it with a mower, but you can't mow it with like the swather mod for the MacDon. You'll need a mower to mow that grass. You can't fertilize that grass. Basically, you can mow that grass, rake it up, bale it, pick it up with a forage wagon if you want to. Or you can bale it and wrap the bales and turn those into silage. You'll have a much higher yield on a pre-made grass field. So if you plow up an area or you have a field that's already ready to go and you seed grass into that field, as long as you keep it fertilized, either with fertilizer, which is expensive, or you can grass roll it. I recommend grass rolling because you don't have to spend the money on fertilizer. So get a grass roller under Grassland Care in the shop. Get a grass roller, and then after you mow it and you get all your grass that you mowed off of there, you can roll it, and then it will fertilize it, and then it will also kick it ahead of growth stage. So you can actually mow the grass 3 times a year. Now if you want to get a tedder and ted it, you can turn it into hay. Take care of your cows that way, because the cows need straw, silage, and hay for and mineral feed for TMR. So you get your mods from ModHub. I've got a lot of mods from ModHub. If I can get a mod from ModHub, I would much rather get it from the ModHub than go to a third-party site. That's for sure. Yay, Fuzzy brought trucks. That's probably what I plan on doing. I'm gonna do my cutting manually with the deer, and then I'll probably just come over to a truck. Still have to unfold this. Gotta put that auger up in the grain tank there. I must not be lined up. There we go. Reel. Wonder if I could turn on just the steering assist, if that would be better. Might take the lines a little longer to populate. Come on, load. Now the alfalfa grass, that's if you're on a map that has that. So we're on a map that has both alfalfa and clover. Alfalfa and clover are not in-game crops. So those are other options that you can do. Cutting alfalfa and clover, you can't cut those as many times a year as you can with grass. So I mean, I would prefer just a grass field, like field grass, because you can roll those and you get a higher yield off of that type of grass. But you got to be on a map that has alfalfa and clover if you want to do those. Should I get Judas Plains, Montana? Absolutely. That's still in the running for being my favorite map. Just keep in mind, there was supposed to be an update to that map, but the map author has disappeared. I don't know what the story is there. The ethanol plant. Do not buy the ethanol plant. Keep it as a sell point for your dried corn. So do not buy the ethanol plant in Judas Plains. But other than that, it's a fantastic map. It's got a more modern train. It's got a lot of really cool stuff. It's got a McDonald's. It's got you can make beer in it. You can make whiskey in it. You can do oh gosh, I'm trying to remember all the stuff now. It's got a ton of stuff that you can do in it. It's got a McDonald's. Look, bro, it's got a McDonald's, okay? You can get your Mac Attack on. And it does have alfalfa and clover on it. Very nice map. 4X map, I will say, make sure your computer's nice and beefy. Gosh, what is going on with these birds, man? I don't know if you guys can hear them or not. Is it like mating season? Are they getting ready for spring? Hey, my line showed up. Come on, lines. Show up for me. Oh, he's coming back this way. That's not good. I might just have to start cutting and oh, you know what? He's turning. It may take a couple of minutes just for the lines to populate. That's why we gotta fix this field. We gotta clear these trees out of here. We gotta fill in these runoffs. Your computer's decent-ish. Go for it. You got the green light. Trying to remember what all Judas Plains had. It's got a lot of it's got like several different farms that you can buy separately, and it's got things where you can take your alfalfa, your clover, your grass, and you can make silage that away. Got like the harvester silos that you can dump that stuff into and make silage. Come on, lines. I'm waiting. I have faith. Uh-oh. Oh, you got a nearly full grain tank. There's Fuzzy. He's here. Go rescue the case, Fuzzy. I don't have anything. I have nothing. I'm still waiting for my lines to populate. Go rescue the case. He's down the under somewhere. I see him. There he is over there. See him? Way over there. Oh no. Fuzzy left. Or did you just bring that for me? You can bring the case quad track up if you want to. Waiting on my lines to populate in this weird field. La 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 la. Alma's overrated? Yeah, I liked Alma. A nice standard size map. It's not a 4x map, and I don't know. It's had an update. You can do more stuff in it now, but it's more one of the more realistic maps. Not enough farms? Yeah. Well, you got two farms on Alma. You have the one kind of right there at where town is, and then you have the one way out there. Hey, here we go. The lines showed up. Just need them to stay on now. Oh, this has straw on. Yeah, let me turn that off. I think I've got it off. I'll be honest, I do not plan on picking up straw here. No more bales on the west side. Oh, is he coming? I think he's gonna go around those trees. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, that is. I will say that is nice having the not only the AI but the steering assist, which is kind of the same system whether you want to do it yourself or hire a worker to do it. Being able to set up the lines, that's very nice because now you can do. It doesn't have to be a square field. Hired workers can, for the most part, make turns and work on curvy fields and stuff. Every now and then you'll get them to where they can't. But I'm just going to go on across. Need to turn my speed down. All these little runoffs have got to go. We'll do the same thing over here that we did over there. Smooth it out real nice. Turn that plow sideways. I hate to sound like the Rock, but Used to be a rock saying back in the day if you watched WWF back in the day. I still think it should be WWF. They should have kept their name. Ever since they turned into the WWE. They're not that great. Got your PC for Christmas and you're almost out of space. Wow. Yeah. External hard drive. Or maybe a second internal drive. Take all your extra stuff, like mods that you want to keep but you don't use, anything that doesn't need the system to run, so like the the base game install, stuff like that. Put that stuff on the external drive. And then just keep your internal drive just for the game. We're going to do 180. I need to get over so Fuzzy can offload me. Get back around 180 here. Alright, I'm locked in at 180. So you see how that pipe is? The longer pipe, and it unloads the grain, kind of shoots it out there, so you can use the 60-foot header with this combine. The X9, the pipe is just not long enough. It's slightly shorter than this one, which makes it pretty much impossible to run a grain cart next to it. And you don't have the capacity that this one has. This one has a 24,000 liter capacity on it. Now, I do believe the X9 has 17,000? Under 18,000, whatever it is. Great if you want to use like the corn header or a smaller grain header. But if we're going to have this 60-foot header, we're going to use it. I think I'm going to go back and hit these spots that are kind of away from that main part of the field over there. I was going to say, who is that? Who's that other grain cart driver in the field here? Waiting for an internal drive, yeah. Good morning, CM Gaming. How's it going? We bought this weird field. It's a nice size field, but it needs work. Definitely needs work. Before I plant anything back in this field, I would say most likely this field will not see a winter crop in it again. Most likely it's gonna end up becoming soybeans or corn or something like that. I would say as big as it is, this would be ideal for soybeans. Once we get all these trees out of here, this would be a nice soybean field. There's some parts of it that won't take too much work. All we gotta do is plow like this little area right here, just plow that out. Plow a straight line over there on the edge and we're good to go. this little bit here. Do a little manual about the lines. Man, this will be a nice field once we get it all fixed up. There's a save. Hot Baileron, what the... What? What about Hot Baileron? You can tell what game you're playing when you know which maps you're talking about. So we had Hot Baileron and Elm Creek. I will say, Elm Creek was a decent map. When you look back at all the American / Midwest maps that Giants has done, Elm Creek was decent. I really liked Elm Creek. They did good with that one. They did good with Riverbend. It's a different region of an American map, but they did good with Riverbend Springs. Kind of hoping that they kind of keep on the same trajectory that they're going with their American maps. Maybe make them bigger, but you know, that's wishful thinking. I don't think they can do that until they get the next generation of consoles. You're going to need a beefier system to run those maps. You're going to need a more customizable system to run those maps. At some point, I think they will realize, you know, there are gamers out there that want a console that will at some point be at the same level. I won't say it'll be better than a PC, but because, you know, PCs you can customize, you know, later and change stuff out, but you can do that with some consoles too. It would be nice to have a console that's, you know, plug it up and go, and have it ready straight out of the box. I mean, you could invest in like a pro version of a console, and I know they have pro versions out there right now. Those are not pro versions. Bring in like a pro version. I don't know. You'd have to come up with another name. Or completely rebrand what you call pro. But make it to where it will run these beefier games and not be, you know, chintzy on the internal hardware. You got to put a decent hard drive in it. You got to put decent RAM in it, memory. You know, you got to do a good graphics card. I mean, it's basically a PC, but it's a console. So it would just be nice to have something dedicated to gaming. You know, PCs are nice, but it'd be nice to have something dedicated to gaming that you could just plug up and go. I won't currently go back to a console just for that reason, and for the reason of multiplayer. I'm not paying for multiplayer. That's ridiculous. When you can do it on PC, there's way more options on PC. You can do different mods on PC, and you know, I think it's getting to that point though where, you know, they've just recently started allowing Steam games on console, and I think it's going to get to the point where they allow, you know, basic internet access just like a PC, or allow you to bring files over to the console. But they got to unlock it. They can't. They gotta stop regulating it like that. Now they can charge whatever they want for the hardware. You know, put the best of the best hard drive, graphics card, RAM, you know, all that stuff. And then, you know, charge what you think is fair, and it's got to be fair. Keep that in mind. But, you know, have the option. There's people that will buy it. Like the old saying from Field of Dreams. If you build it, he will come, or they will come. I think it's he will come is the actual line, but, you know, if you build it, they will come. There will be many to buy that console. Because you have your kid gamers, or your amateur novice gamers, and then you have your professional gamers. And your professional gamers typically are more, you know, adult, you know, aged people that are playing the games, like me, like, you know, like old man, like John. You know, it would be nice to have a professional box straight out of a box. You know, you just plug it up and go. You don't have to worry about anything else. You plug it up, you download the game, and you're ready to go. Plug and play, ready to go. Straight out of the box. Yeah, they're bringing the Steam games to where you can play the Steam games over to it was Xbox, wasn't it? I think it's also supposed to run a version of Windows. So we'll see how that works. They gotta keep with the whole plug and play experience though. Because, I mean, if it's just a PC straight out of the box, where you have to, you know, do PC stuff to it, then that's no good. It needs to be something you can basically buy it, plug it up, plug the power cord in, and go. It needs to be so easy to do, you know. Make the updates automatic in the background. Um, it's gotta be a whole, I don't know. I'm trying to find the right words to describe it, but it's gotta be flush. That's the best word I can think of right now. Flush. It's gotta be flush. It's gotta be smooth. It's gotta be flush. It's gotta be smooth. I like smooth. It's gotta be smooth. Especially with this whole Grand Theft Auto coming out in November. Alright, done with this area. There is a lot of meadow grass back here. So this is what I call meadow grass. This is not a plowed up, dedicated grass field. This is just grass that's there. You can't fertilize this. You can't roll it. You can't hire out workers on it. Another plus of a dedicated grass field, like a pre-made grass field. Which way? I think my lines go that way. Funny, that doesn't seem like north and south, but I guess it is. Alright, I'll see y'all on the other side. Need another fermenting silo? I think there's some out there. I think there's actually some in the mod hub, I think. I know Stevie's got some, if you're on PC. Oh, is the case stuck? Okay. Let me... I'm gonna park right here, Fuzzy. If you will come and unload the deer, I'll hop over to the case combine. Yeah, I had a feeling they might get stuck on this field. Yeah, he got stuck right on the trees here. Let me get him around here. Not all curvy fields are they great with. He should be able to go from there. Might take him a minute to start back up, but he should be good to go. I need a hero. I'm for I need a hero. He's not rolling yet. He will though. It took him a couple of minutes to get rolling when I hired him the last time, so he should get rolling. I'll watch him down in Inspector there. I think I'm gonna go back over there more towards where the trucks are, Fuzzy. I'm gonna cut across this way somewhere. Try to go north and south over there on that far side so you can just kind of run straight to the trucks over there. Let's see, 270 is what I'm looking for. Here we go. Should be a straight east-west cut. That way I can go perpendicular to these north-south lines. This is going to need a lot of smoothing. Maybe a little leveling in some places. Some of these runoffs are really deep. Oh, the case is running now. See, he's going 6 miles an hour, so he did start back up. It just takes him on this field, especially. It's going to take him a couple of minutes to get going. Deep hill. Oh, I don't know that song. I don't even know who sung the song that I was singing. Heard it on commercials and stuff. Sounds like it's very 70-ish. And FYI, Fuzzy, that was a save. The white truck is full. So if you empty, go for the black truck. Was that Bonnie Tyler? Gotcha. full-time job, this. Yeah, that. Don't worry about me. I can come over here and empty into anything that's over here. If I need to get some more trucks, I'll get some more trucks. But you're doing good. And don't worry about the case. He's gonna stop. I mean, this field the way it is, he's gonna stop. But imagine the future of this field. Take out these trees, merge it into that field over yonder there, and maybe even that little meadow grass field down there. Because that last tree line down there is a creek. So it'll stop there. And then if we go all the way north with this, smooth it out, it's gonna be a real nice field. And I say that in the voice of Cousin Eddie. It's gonna be real nice. I always love all the Cousin Eddie sayings. It's gonna be real nice. Or the bread pudding is extra runny tonight. Best $1.25 buffet in town, right? I need to watch that movie again. I haven't seen that one in a while. Vegas Vacation. Oh no, you're good, Fuzzy. You're good. You like the cow barn that has the feeding robot? Yeah, that is a pretty cool deal. We're planning on building one of those here pretty soon. We've got a spot picked out for it and everything. Yeah, we're getting it knocked out. See, the case is over there. So looking at all the inrows here, this is where the case has gone. He's gone all the way around there. He got stuck over here somewhere. He's going all the way down through here. Look at all these little, it's like fingers. It's like you got fingers just coming off of here. He's gone around all of this. He hasn't made a full round yet. And I've knocked out a ton of this side over here, so... But again, this will be the last time we have to harvest this field as it is. Gonna, to misquote the rock, gonna smooth it up real nice. Turn that plow sideways, and I won't continue the rest because it's not appropriate. If you know, you know. Don't say it. Don't say it in chat. You love Case IH. Well, you would probably love wherever Fuzzy's at over there. He's got the Case IH equipment. There he is. There's the case right there. He's rolling over there. There's Fuzzy with the case grain cart. I'll say that doing this field with even the Magnum tractor with that grain cart on it would not have been possible. Not as it is right now. Maybe once we get it smoothed out and stuff. But to pull these hills and all these little runoffs and stuff, I can't imagine trying to do it with a Magnum. It would be a struggle. Seriously considering just doing a leveling job on this field. Not even worrying with trying to smooth it all out. Because there are some significant... I mean, look at this. Look at this runoff. Look how... Well, is that... Wait a minute. Is that a pond? Yeah, that's a pond. We won't level that. But definitely needs some landscaping. I don't know, maybe we could level it. No. I'm trying to avoid leveling over ponds. I've done it in the past. Trying to avoid doing it. But the fields, they gotta be leveled. They gotta be smoothed out. That'd be kind of neat to do it realistically too. If we could like haul dirt Like if the dirt was like a dynamic thing where you could haul the dirt in, fill the holes, smooth out where you put your dirt at, you know. That kind of goes back to the whole idea of them bringing in like the dynamic ground and stuff. Then you could have all kinds of equipment. You could have excavators, you could have backhoes, you could have bulldozers, you could have box scrapers, you could have field levelers, you could have all kinds of stuff. What about cultivators? Anybody heard on what the word is with Daytona? Whether they're gonna have to postpone it or something? No rain yet, so should start at least. Let's see. I need to turn my other screen on to what channel is that on? On Fox, isn't it? Go to the right thing here. Let's see. Skip that. I just gotta find the channel. Dang, everything except what I'm looking for on the guide here. Uh-oh. I heard it dial down. I was like, oh, no. One thing I do miss about cable TV and satellite, you could punch the number in if you knew the number of the channel. You could just punch the number in and it would go straight to it. You can't do that with this. This is streaming. No. I'm looking. Can I search for it? Well, there it is right there. Crap, I lost it. I had it and I lost it. Go right. That's what I want right there. Yay, I found it. Move the start time up an hour to 1:30 Eastern. I think it already is. Yeah. Or are you saying they did? Yeah. Yeah, they did. They moved it up. Oh my gosh, this thing just got super laggy. Why is it so laggy? Okay, we're gonna do a quick save. This whole game just got super laggy for some reason. I don't know why. All I did was turn the channel on my TV. Now we're back. Maybe. Nope, it's still kind of laggy. I feel like my frames have just taken a hit. What my frames are right now. Oh my goodness. They're in the red. I'm getting 13, 15, 16. I'm sure it's because we've got a lot of stuff going, maybe. Is he stuck again? Maybe that's what's doing it. Yeah, he's thinking. So I think him thinking causes it to... Yeah, he's thinking about it. That's what's causing the frames to drop. That's why we got to work on this field. We got to fix this field. We got to get rid of all these dips out here, all these runoffs and stuff. He's gonna go, and it probably won't get out of the teens in the frames there until he decides to go. Give him a minute though. He should go. While we're waiting on him, I'm gonna open another soda. Just give him a couple of minutes. The Homestead FS, thank you for the follow back a couple hours ago. I missed that one. Sorry. I'm all new to this whole shout out thing. I need a second screen. Well, I have a second screen. I need a 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 5th screen with just that stuff on it. I've got one with chat. I've got one with the stream, with the recording. I've got one with the game. I've got one with NASCAR, and I've got one where I can reply if I need to, or do stuff if I need to. Yeah. He hasn't moved yet. I'm gonna help him out a little bit. Okay, he's fired. No, it's still bad. My frames are still bad. Real bad. What else we got running? It may just be where he's at or something. Tell you what, offload me here. You can get up that hill. Can you get up that hill, or do I need to move? Oh man, yeah, you're super laggy on mine. You're like, coming across there. Just leave him sitting here after we get him emptied. I want to tab around a little bit and see if maybe that helps it or something. they're even worse now. For some reason, it has gotten super laggy here. I'm going to shut the 790 off. I'm going to shut the case off. Not that. Nothing else is running. I wonder if it's my TV stream over here. Surely not. That wouldn't affect the gameplay, not for me. Shouldn't be the internet. Maybe we're officially breaking this map. This is what we do. This is how it happens. Yeah, look at this. Look at how much stuff is left. So we're in that field right there. Man, even moving the map around is like super framey. Do 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 do. Another one bites the dust. I think it's another sign maybe we shouldn't be in this field. Maybe we shouldn't be in that field. Yeah, because it is just toilet right now. My game has never, especially on this map, it's never done this. I think it's this field, though. I think it is this field. It don't like us. It knows we're here to kill it. Well, that may have to be it. We may just end the stream right there. Or I could try to reload the map. Tell you what, I'm going to try to reload the map. Let me save the game. Uh-oh. I was like, wait a minute, I can't even get in the menu. I'm going to save the game. I'm going to save the game. Save game. Nothing is working because it's so bad. Yours are running at 60. Yeah, it's something to do with the game, so on my end. So I'm going to quit the game and I'm going to reload it. Sometimes just reloading it helps. Okay, I'm finding the menu. It may just be that field. It may be just too much going on. We may have to go down to one combine. Let's see what we can do. Oh, really? John's been having some issues with GPU. I just started having issues when I turned on NASCAR over here. If it's still doing it, I'm going to turn off NASCAR. As much as I don't want to, but may have to. May have to go back to what I was watching. It's loading fine. There's no knock on wood. Nope. I'm back down to, oh man, I'm in the single digits now. 7. Nope, it's coming back up. think that was just the spawn frames there. Nope, I said that too quick. No, it's okay now. Seems to be running smooth. Let's go down to 1 combine though. Because it was running smooth just a few minutes ago. We'll go down to the deer. I think I'm making more progress than he is doing those inroads anyway. Yeah, that says 40 frames, but honestly, it's running smooth. A lot of times when you host this, it's going to show anything above 40. I think is good. It's kind of flickering, so it's probably 60 frames. It's running really smooth, so. I don't know what caused that. I literally turned on the Daytona 500 and it started having problems. So, but I've still got Daytona going. Or what I guess is the like pregame show. Yeah, let's stick with 1. I'm not gonna hire anybody out. We'll let me run, and you can offload me, Fuzzy, if you wanna. Whichever one you want to do it with. Totally up to you. Won't take long if I just keep doing these north-south passes like this. Knock out these big sections. I would say, do y'all think there will be any fights today with NASCAR? Do you think there will be any crashes? But I know there's going to be crashes. You know there's going to be crashes. It's the Daytona 500. There will be some crashes. What degree they're in, you know, you don't know. But you know it's going to happen. Somebody's going to bump somebody the wrong way, and be like a pit maneuver. There's always the big one, yeah. You know, I don't know. We might see a big one. You never know. I'm glad we didn't drop straw on this field. I would have blamed the straw. Beautiful. Seems to be holding steady right now. Guess it's not in the teens anymore. Alright, I am in manual mode. That scared me. That was a autosave, so that's normal. So the frames have dropped since I got back to this back corner. When I turn and look that way, they drop. It may be these woods. Something, yeah, I'm down to 20 something now on the frames. Something, 20 something, 30 something, 20 something. Yeah, something with these woods. Put my pipe out. Think you can offload me right there, Fuzzy. What's out in these woods? Is there some type of alien spacecraft thing out here, or maybe it's just too dense. Maybe there's too many trees. Alright, man, there's a lot of like shrubbery out here. Yeah, it's pretty thick back through here. If I run this way, according to that map, there's an opening over here, but I don't think it's there. Yeah, according to this map, I'm in the middle of a grass field. That is not there. We gotta take some of these trees out. I think that's why it's doing it. There's the shrubbery back through here is way too thick than it should be. And then there's a creek right here. That's the big creek. Oh, and it splits off right here too. So yeah, we need to knock out these trees. This whole, like, there's the creek right there. It runs right beside there. So the trees, all these trees out in here have got to go. Except for where this creek comes in here. We'll leave the trees along the creek. But this whole cluster there, those have got to go. Stranger Things? I don't know that theme song. I never watched it. One of the girls at work tried to get me to watch it, and it's just, I don't know. I like the fact that it's got a lot of great music in it. Got a lot, and it's based like back in the 80s, you know, back during, you know, the time that I was growing up. I don't like the fact that it's got stuff in it that, what's the right word? The whole tone of it is very evil. I don't like that. So I mean, it went from, you know, it went from 80s Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller, you know, Revenge of the Nerds. It went from that level to Resident Evil real quick. Of which I am also not a fan. About the one thing that I like is, you know, The Walking Dead. it's not too bad. But when you get into the stuff where it's borderline evil, and sometimes it crosses the border, I'm out. The Walking Dead wasn't really evil. It was more of a apocalyptic theme, more of like a end of the world thing. And the walkers in that are basically it's more along the lines of like a virus that takes over the brain and only animates like the motor part of the brain. Not based on, you know, something, you know, evil. I know there are some out there that are really, really, really based on something evil, and I'm not there for that. Is that Michael Waltrip doing the interview? I think that is. I think that's Michael Waltrip. Got the Fox shirt on. He runs like Michael Waltrip. Doesn't really look like it's gonna rain there. We're just gonna stop right here, Fuzzy. I don't know. I mean, we could level from up there and level over the pond there. We'd have to keep it at that level above that water level there. Or we could just work around it. about to the level of that pad over there, because that would match up with this over here. I'm not fully opposed to leveling over that pond. It's been a while since we've done that. I would need a government grant to do it though. It's bright and sunny there today right now. I don't think there will be a rain delay. But if it comes like much later on. Oh, there's the Thunderbirds flying over America. Well, that was a low pass right there. Well, they are really low. Yeah, look at this. That's crazy. That's insane. I'll take the level over and just go flat. Flat all the way that way. Oh, puzzle. And two, we won't do another high yielding crop over on this field again. Most likely this is going to be beans. Something low yield. I'd say maybe even keep the corn down south. Seeing all these flashbacks of Dale Earnhardt. Alright, so the rest of this should not take very long at all. We'll get the rest of this barley cut. We'll haul it over to the, I think we're putting it all in that silo up north, so. Alright, so. Been a day. Been a day. We got some fields. We got wheat we're gonna harvest sometime in the future. Maybe next weekend. I may start working on this field after we get it all cut. But you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good rest of your weekend. And have a great week. We'll see you back over on YouTube. Make some videos over there. youtube.com/thegrainarcade. And make sure you check out John's stream this week. twitch.tv/PumaPlow. He'll be on, I think he's still doing Iowa Plains views. So then we're going to start looking at the future coming up in the future. It's always good to look at the future. Alright, you guys have a good one. Always remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see y'all later. See y'all later. See, I need a pizza. Y'all have a good one.